Hello, how marvelous to see you all here again. We are back, everyone, with our brand new Marvel Plus live reaction series of Miss Marvel, which we are calling
The Marvelous Miss Khan.
Yeah, so this will be an interesting one. I know of Miss Marvel, but I've never actually read anything that she was in. I know she was in, like, the Avengers video game and probably a few other games that I'm not thinking of at the moment. So she's definitely a prevalent character, and I've been rather interested to see how they would portray her. I don't want to say the big screen, but, like, close to that level, because we know eventually she's going to show up in one of the movies. Mm-hmm. We know that she's a fan favorite. We heard she's apparently from Jersey, like us. We don't know if she'll be that way for this one. I hope so. It'll be nice to see some Jersey represent here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. And even my dad's excited. You know, he's a Jersey City man himself. So, you know, it's nice to see one of our own on there. You have any experience with Miss Marvel?
I mean, I haven't really read any of the comics myself, but I've seen for years people posting memes and snippets from her comics, particularly like a lot of the funnier stuff. I've at least had that secondhand experience. And yes, I've definitely seen like a lot of people seem to have love for her. I think it goes along with Miles Morales, that kind of love for her. And I know she's big in the Muslim community.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like,
she's probably the most well-known, like, Muslim American superhero there is. I mean, probably the only one I'm thinking. But I know there's probably more.
There's others. I mean, definitely in Marvel, I think she's the only one. But I know in DC, they had a Green Lantern that I believe was Muslim.
Okay.
It's definitely got quite a following to the point where I've seen like people just raving about how well represented her character is with the Muslim community. It's good.
You need the representation, man, definitely. Yeah. And it's good to see them doing this. Of course, we know there's going to be people up in arms, but screw them, they're not real fans. Yeah. All I know is that we're here for some Miss Marvel, and something tells me this is going to be a good one. Or at least I really hope it is. So let's get started and see what happens when we meet Kamala Khan for the first time in Jersey, preferably. And play.
Sucks the weekend has to be a chill for NFTs.
Everyone has been waiting for. This week we're focusing on
that's gory.
Now we all know the story. The Avengers were trying to save the world, but
this is so bloody. I love it.
Alien ships invading, Thanos being a jerk about magical stones. Our heroes were done for. Until
here I come to save the day.
Glorious, well-coached hero. Due to my extensive research and my diligent studying of Scott Lang's podcast interviews, I like this like a pretty cool guy. I've learned a lot about Captain Marvel, and I know at least 3 things to be true. She blasted through Thanos' fleet like the flaming angel. And you know what? She looked good doing it.
Just fabulous hair.
She punched Thanos right in the face.
Thanos wearing a crown?
No offense to any of the other Avengers, but I really don't think they could have done that. And 3, sometimes someone can come out of nowhere and do something amazing. Some of you think, well, she abandoned the people of Earth. But, like, look, it's not true. Obviously, we don't know exactly what she's been up to, but maybe she just needed a break, you know? Can a woman
to be fair, she's too OP for Earth.
Maybe we'll learn something new at AvengerCon this weekend.
AvengerCon.
New Jersey.
Captain Marvel, obviously.
Where in New Jersey,
that's
though?
what I got for this week. Next week, I'm going to kick off a special 2-part series on why I think Thor is secretly a gamer. Remember, new episodes drop every Wednesday. Be sure to let
Are
us know
you,
Noob Master? You watched, she was Noob Master the whole time. Sloth Baby Productions.
Coming at me!
Oh, Kamala, my Kamala, the road is a long and winding one, so never fully stop at stop sign.
Way too early.
Isn't that bad advice?
You do know that you don't really have to look in the mirrors that often.
Yes, she
You
does.
kind of do.
Just make sure that the instructor can see you move your head.
Remember to say Bismillah before you start up the car?
This is in Europe and Asia. Not everything goes over here driving-wise.
Also, you're in Jersey. We don't.
We
mess
die by the
around.
road.
Yeah.
Told you it was Jersey City.
Yep. Okay.
Ah, she wears driving glasses like me.
Oh!
Oh boy.
I don't think anyone saw.
Oh, SpongeBob, why did you do this?
Well.
Great, she barely drove and already she has like an insurance lawsuit against her.
Having her drive in the street with all the other cars.
behest of your daughter, I'm walking home.
Oh, come on. Are you trying to tell me she didn't look in the mirrors often enough for you and your clipboard?
I wouldn't say that was the problem.
And I'm also really sorry that you're not going to be able to help me with all the things for your brother's wedding that you said you would.
Yay, passive aggression.
It's all my fault.
Camellia, glad you're not bruising from that dodgeball incident.
Yay, mispronouncing her name. It's not racist or anything.
And grab my chem sex book. We're in the middle of something like that.
Yes, make out in front of her locker instead of all the other lockers in the hallway, because that totally makes sense.
You were gonna pass, so now I'm out $10.
I told my mom to stop texting you about it.
People fail a driver's test. Instructors focus on the tiniest things.
I crashed my cart into his.
I failed mine 19 times.
That's on you. Yeah. So I guess we're not going to AvengerCon?
No, Bruno.
Oh no, his name's Bruno.
For Carol.
We're not going to talk about that.
Greatest fan event of the year. My costume is near perfect, just pending the final flourish.
Still trying to think of that flourish.
I like your jacket.
Thanks. I like your necklace.
Thanks. It's actually my name in Arabic.
See you later.
Ugh, Arabic freak.
Yes. Why?
We're gonna have this a lot, aren't we?
Kamala Khan, please come to my office ASAP. You've done something very wrong. I'm just kidding. It's crazy that the whole school could hear this right now. No, nothing is wrong. I just want to chat. Can't
But
wait.
what?
Mr. Wilson.
Thank you, Michelle.
You know, most schools don't do that anymore.
Well, I hear you've had a hectic couple weeks.
Very funny.
For your teachers, you know, they're telling me you're doodling all day, staring off into space, in your little fantasy land. Hey! Oh, really? We truly started the meeting 30 seconds ago. You gotta be with me, girl.
Maybe she has ADHD or ADD, you don't
Mr.
know.
Wilson was my father. My name is Gabe. His name was also Gabe, so doesn't super work. But let's talk about you. Junior year, it's time to start really thinking about your future. I mean, college admissions are coming up. Before you know it, it's SATs, it's essays, it's applications. Do it like
Dissociating, dissociating, dissociating.
I'm gonna give you a task. I want you to go home. Not right now, but after school. Then you're gonna look yourself in the mirror and you're gonna ask yourself, Kamala, who is that girl I see? Staring straight
Who
back
is
at me.
that girl I see?
You're singing lyrics from the line.
I am. Yeah, I am. All I'm saying is right now, I see a girl divided. Is she there? Is she there? Where's Kamala? Who knows? No one knows. I don't even know. I can't see. Where?
Yes, because everybody immediately knows who they are in high school.
This is really fun, but right now, I need you to pull yourself together.
What is this weird split shot?
In concept, it is pretty easy, but it's going to take a lot of finesse and subtlety on your part.
Is there like a random suit in the middle of like a convenience store?
You be subtle.
I can be subtle.
Okay. Listen, you enter your home. You sit down at the dinner table. Smile. And you ask for home.
You're an idiot.
I'm not an idiot. I'm actually a genius. So can we stop acting like your mom is Darth Vader?
And just like every single thing I love, she seems to hate, and it's like she thinks I'm some kind of, weirdo.
You are weird.
Mm.
What?
So he's designing the costume in the middle of the convenience store where I assume he works?
Any ideas?
Okay.
That's confusing.
Captain Marvel.
Agree, red horse.
Okay, I can't build a horse, but
Oh,
otherwise...
you can build me flat, baby.
Pegasus!
Oh, tiara? Captain Princess Marvel.
No, princess, I'm sorry. You know what's even better?
What?
Zombie Captain Marvel.
No princess.
I will eat your brain! Is that your best zombie? Okay, hey, let's never do that zombie impersonation.
No more Marvel zombies. In fact, let's never talk about Marvel zombies again.
I love it.
She's got an artsy person behind the camera.
My chest will serve all this junk.
Well, I'd like to tell you that it's because my mother is growing old, but she's always been this way. She doesn't want to die before passing on all her junk to us. Amir, have you lost your ears? That is junk.
That
Amir,
means it's not junk.
here, take this and put it in the attic right now, and then unpack the groceries.
Now she owns the 10 rings. How much shopping can one do?
What's up for the job?
You're too short.
She's not too short. This thing is too long.
Shut up.
I mean, dresses like that are designed to be long, so...
She decided that she wasn't ready for commitment, so now she's off gallivanting through Europe to discover herself. What does she have to discover about herself? Good for her. I mean, she wanted to.
Oh no, a woman traveling the world instead of settling down into marriage. How awful.
She's going to discover that she doesn't have a ring on her finger. That's what she's going to discover. You know, and then
Ooh, how awful.
she's getting very comfortable with some Gora boy named Rob in Belgium. You're too short for that, Janu.
Yes, you really are too short for that.
Thanks so much.
Oh yeah, Mrs.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So this is a security camera. Okay, so you can see who's home from your phone.
From my phone.
Oh yeah.
You're living in the future.
So I made this.
None of this
myself.
has happened yet.
This is the Zuzu system. All you have to say is Zuzu, and tell what you want. So, Zuzu, turn off the lights.
So this is their version of Alexa.
Yep.
I programmed it to understand her, dude.
Zuzu.
Paticolo.
Oh, you are? This is magic.
It's pretty cool.
Magic.
Absolute magic.
Are you staying for dinner?
No, I got some more.
Okay, I'll pack you something to go.
No, I'm good.
No, of course you do.
Ugh, moms.
Don't mention Belgium.
There's a spicy one at the bottom for no now,
Oh my
okay?
gosh. How did you?
Oh my god.
Just stick to the gizmos, baby.
God, it's like going to my mom's house.
Lisa.
Ah, Bolo.
So there's this thing called Avenger Con. You know, it's really
Oh,
something
Judge.
incredible. It's never been done before. It's like the first
Judge.
fan event celebrating our great heroes of our time. And look, I promise I won't do anything stupid.
Aren't conventions mostly during the
You
day?
do trust me, right?
No, I don't trust you.
Of course she does.
No, I don't.
Way to be blunt, mom.
Wait. So many strange people roaming
All
around at
strange
night.
boys. Thinking God knows what and drinking God knows
It's
what.
not a party, it's a convention.
Oh, and what exactly will you be doing there?
There's a lot of stuff. Actually, there's like this cosplay competition, which is, it's like this historically reenactment.
Oh my
How
god.
exactly will you be dressed?
Trying to explain nerd stuff to older parents, that's like a nightmare.
Captain Hero.
In a very tight suit.
It's not that
Yes,
nice.
it is.
No, it's not like I'm asking to go to a party and do cocaine.
Poor
Great.
choice.
Not a lot of salon here, huh?
If it was him asking. Eli. Oh, yes, don't you want diamond panda? Please. And let me know, because I can't do a single normal teenage thing in this house, right?
Come on, Peter. You're not normal.
Oh!
Nice one, Dad.
I mean, it's a compliment.
Yeah, but not
It's
from
not in
people
that
like
way.
them.
Yeah.
That is a thing, unfortunately. Women are so discriminated against. It's like, oh yeah, boys can go to parties whenever they want, anytime they want. But girls, oh no, you're gonna get molested. You can't go. It's like, come on.
Where is this out of proportion worry for you?
I'll talk to them.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you look kind of
Thank
pathetic.
you.
I got you.
Nice, bro.
Okay, I'm not 12.
Well, this says you're 12. Good night.
Is that an angel sloth? I'm sorry, her family annoys me. They're so condescending.
Sure, that's a normal thing.
I know it's a cultural thing for them, but still, like, that's so friggin' annoying.
Don't check your messages right in the middle of the street.
Those are automatic now.
That or he developed something.
I mean, if he can do the whole security system himself. Let me guess, he's the guy in the chair.
Nothing wrong with the guy in the chair.
So wait, he lives by himself and he runs the store?
Or maybe his family does.
She said he didn't have family.
Oh.
Does this make my ass look big?
So your brother told us about your Avengers party?
He did.
Yes. And even though it will be a distraction from your studies and there will be a lot of haram going on there, Kamala, we have decided to let you go.
Really?
But
Some conditions. Your Abu will drive you there and he will go inside with you for 2 hours.
Ugh.
And as far as your dressing goes, I have a surprise.
Oh no. Oh no.
The Hulk! Wait, just is yet to come. Ta-da!
I mean, if she wears that shit.
Oh my god! No!
She
No!
certainly will be angry.
Hulk and little Hulk. Bada Hulk or Choti Hulk.
Oh my god.
Cute young with them.
Just take me now.
And you can't come with me. Not just like that, because it is so humiliating.
Yeah. I know it's mean, but if I were in her shoes, yeah, I would be that way too.
Kamala, if you don't go with your dad, you're not going at all. I made
It's-
this for you.
He's only going to be there for 2 hours. After that, just change into your Ms. Marvel suit.
You're not going.
Oof.
It's tough. I know that was mean, but come on. You're a 16-year-old girl and you have your dad following you around as the Hulk.
Is that the code for it?
The circle
Never
Q.
used to do that. You guys spend too much time with fan art and costumes and with my head stuck in fantasy land. So
Who is they?
my mom, my teachers, Mr. Wilson.
Screw them.
Mhm.
You know there was a girl.
What, like you can't use that towards your advantage?
Who
Can't.
literally thinks she's trying to death cult give away. All the aunties just gossip about her. And let's be honest, it's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who saved the world.
They could.
Sure they do. Here. Bow. See?
Oh.
This is hot. Yeah.
We're getting out.
We're getting
Close to close. Do. Oh, I am slain.
Bit of light boxing.
Boo. Ooh.
Kamala, please tell Bruno the Zeus was possessed by
If I can't leave the house to go to AdventureCon, I'll go to AdventureCon without leaving the house.
How many slushies have you had today?
How's that work?
All that red eye 3s, it's making your brain.
This is the plan.
Kamala, you're the best sister ever. Honestly, you should have been an only
My
child.
Kamala is the best daughter in the whole wide world.
5:55, I suit up in the greatest Captain Marvel costume the Earth has ever seen, and like, don't worry, it'll be finished by then.
Nah.
Then I make my way out of the house undetected but extremely impressive, where you'll be waiting in your costume. It's better be awesome. Please don't embarrass me.
Nah.
Yeah, I said it.
Get
Beans.
Didn't even want beans. 6:30 p.m. we catch the bus to Camp Lehigh. There might be a tight window, but we're gonna do it with style.
Wait, is that us biking off a bridge onto a bus?
Dream big.
What is
Sure
this, a
that-
Marvel movie? Oh.
Oh, we get on the bus just in time. Everyone stares at us in awe because we look that good.
On
and
the
their
NJ
costumes are
Transit?
just, okay. Then at 8 p.m. the real reason we're here, the reason I learned to sew and you learned to airbrush, cosplay competition. I win, obviously. Collect my crown. I'm assuming it's made of real diamonds.
It's definitely not.
Then, after a few quick photos with fans, maybe some shots for the press, we bounce.
A lot of this hinges on the idea that the NJ Transit's going to be on time.
Have a seat. I think we're in for an origin story.
Ah, she was a Girl Scout. Heh.
But Captain America quits his mighty shield.
Uh-oh, flickering lights. You know there's magic behind this. Let's see how well this goes.
between the authorities and us, the people. We are to blame. That is why the salamanders are almost extinct in Pakistan.
You just reminded me I have a biology report that I'm due tomorrow. So
But Beta, you gotta listen to me. What I have to tell you about parrots.
Nah. You seriously about to leap out the window? Ooh!
And somehow they don't hear this.
You missed the bus. Did you feel like an actual
Told you! Damn New Jersey Transit! Are you really expecting to, like, jump on top of that? Yeah, so you may as well just pedal there. Okay, that is definitely NJ Transit.
They said I'm gonna find it there when I get back.
Nope.
Jersey City?
0.0001% chance.
Never tell me the odds.
I think it'll be a scrap heap in like 5 minutes.
Guessing a lot of Easter eggs here.
There's Mantis cosplay. Hulk hungry, Hulk eat congoers. Om nom nom. So is this a free con? They don't pay to go in?
I mean, it is the first one, so who knows? That's
The America's ass. Aw. That's nice.
Was there somebody there?
No, I didn't see. I can do this all day. Enjoy your popcorn, which probably cost $20. Ooh, she's sparkly. Looks like her head's on fire. Oh no.
Oh. Turn it off.
Oh god. Huh.
Why is she here?
costume's not even accurate.
She doesn't even like the Avengers.
I know, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
She's a sexy Miss Marvel.
Literally.
That's a thing, right?
Sexy Captain America.
Sexy, sexy.
And Frog.
And Hulk.
Well, I mean, if we're going Marvel. And Toad.
Please line up on the side of the stage.
This.
Amazing Captain America cosplay.
Oh, you're never seeing those gloves again.
What are you wearing?
Squish Bear. What is that?
Most boring cosplay.
Cool. Where are the gloves?
Oh, they're just...
You're really batting 1,000 today.
Final 4 contestants to the stage. So
I'm gonna go and get it.
No, hey.
Don't, you're gonna be disqualified.
It's good, it's fine. You got your bangle. Put it on.
There we go. What the? Why am I glowing? Motherfucker. Oh no, she's jonesing now. What the? Did she enter the other dimension? Strike a pose. Come on, you gotta sell it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta assume it's the... Oh. Yeah, it's definitely that. Huh.
I think she just won.
She has crystal powers? You might want to stop that. Hey, it works.
They're so enthused.
One guy's like, Kamala, she's our man. If she can't do it, great! Well, Scott just lost his head.
Yeah. That's no way for Scott to get ahead.
Ooh. I think it's very bouncy. And mobile.
I thought that fly Captain Marvel costume was gonna make people sad.
How is it still going? Oh shit.
Were you available to go for parties? You want to get the heavy eyeball mostly.
Is that Thor's hammer?
Ooh! Oh my god. They really went there.
She really put the hammer down.
Ooh.
How is she not dead? Huh. I like she didn't even bother to push her out of the way. She just stepped aside and let her get hit. Oh god, he's biking with an extra person across Jersey City. His legs have got to be screaming. Why are you going through the front door? Oh, you're going up the... Even so, you think they'd see her. Stop making noise.
Whoop.
Did that come on your foot? Are you okay? Hey.
Don't tell anyone.
Don't stop. Hey, I never saw you.
Don't tell anyone, don't say anything, just sneak in quietly. Unless they're waiting for her. Ooh. 2 hours longer than she should have been back. Yeah, this is gonna go well. Yep.
Where have you been?
You know where she's been.
What are you doing? Who is this rebellious girl sneaking out, lying to Abu and me?
You didn't give her much choice.
And I'm trying to protect you from yourself. I've seen what happens when people get obsessed with their fantasies.
I know, you're just gonna tell me some story about Nani.
So you knew what I was going to say tonight. And you knew that it would betray me, but you still went and did it anyway. Wish that you would just focus on you. Your grades, your family, your story.
She is, what the fuck?
Do you want to be in this world? Do you want to be good? Like we raised you to be? Or do you want to be some, this cosmic head in the clouds person?
Yes, being a cosplayer and doodling truly makes her a bad person.
You think about that.
Screw you, Mom. Well, time to be a superhero. Welcome to Jersey City. I like the animation of this at least. Very vibrant,
Yes.
very stylized.
Like, I thought it would be very cliche, but yeah, like you said, because of the way it's like very fluid and just kind of working with it.
It's like a more stylized version of Lizzie McGuire. She had all those like animated things going on in the background and her mind space and everything. At least we're getting post-credit scenes with this one.
Teenage girl at Avenger Con.
Avenger Con. A cosplayer with too much time on their hands.
Not this one. I've never seen powers like that.
Yeah, bring her in.
So S.H.I.E.L.D. maybe? Or S.W.O.R.D.? Or one of those other mini underground organizations that deals with superheroes? Wow, this show has a real hate boner for cosplayers. I'm sorry, but as cosplayers ourselves, we take affront to that. I know a lot of society looks down on cosplayers as nerds and people who are stuck in their fantasy world, who are delusional and stuff, but we're not like that. We just like to dress up as our heroes, as characters that we admire. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not hurting anybody. We're just professing our love for the things that we love.
And especially for those that design their own outfits, and some of those
That
are
is-
like...
That is not an easy feat. You see
Not
some
an
of those
easy feat,
professional
no.
level costumes, so much go into them. They are so expensive. They are so time consuming. I've made costumes myself. Granted, I'm not on a professional level, but like I said, a lot goes into it. And usually it's a lot of love too.
They design things like this. They can be engineers. They can be costume designers for plays or anything. Like some sort of clothing designer.
Yeah, some of them actually are like
Yeah.
professional costumers or seamstresses, like whatever. Like that's just something they like to do on the side.
Yeah, seriously. Never give somebody crap about their hobby. Especially if it can be translated to real world application.
Heck, we met, like, at a convention cosplaying. I cosplayed as a guy. So, yeah, this was a rough start to the series. I want to like it, and there are some parts I kind of do, but it's just so mean-spirited toward people who, you know, like to cosplay, who are into comics, who like to draw and stuff. Basically anyone who has, like, an artistic interest. And they're saying, oh, this is so childish, it's all fantasy-based, it doesn't have real-world applications, you gotta grow up and, you know, develop a plan and get married and get a job, and like... We're watching a Marvel film here, aren't we? Heroes are canon in this. Heroes are well known. Pretty much anybody can be a hero, whether purposely or accidentally, and they're treating this like it's an unobtainable fantasy.
And they're like saying that, oh, Kamala isn't focused or anything, and she's just doodling. Dude,
So what?
she could turn that into an animation career or a comic book career.
That's what Matt Groening did. He
Yeah.
basically flunked out of school because he was doodling all the time, and look, he has like the one of the longest running animated series ever.
Don't ever let school dictate what life you can live, because school's not for everybody. Yeah, people drop out and they wind up finding something that works for them. I'm not saying everybody should drop out. Obviously, school is good for some people.
I mean, it's also important
Fine,
getting a
yeah.
well-paying job. I get that,
Yeah.
but it's like, you can still pursue your passion and eventually get good enough at it where you can turn it into a money-making career.
Yeah. Just because you are different from the mainstream, that doesn't mean you're wrong. You find your own path in life, separate from everybody else's path, and it looks like maybe you're troublesome, but no, you are unique.
Yeah, and honestly, for a girl who is going to school in Jersey City, there are way worse directions she could be going with in her life. The fact that they're complaining about her doodling and fantasizing, like, that's really the worst thing, honestly. That was enough for them to pull her into the principal's office to, like, humiliate her and say, oh, you gotta figure out your life now, even though you're only 16.
And honestly, I think her family is partially to blame.
Oh,
for
yeah,
it. It's
definitely.
like they're throwing so much at her, like, look in the mirrors, don't look in the mirrors, look at them all the time, you know, I thought,
I hate to say it, that's kind of how immigrant parents are. They put so much pressure on their American-born kids to succeed, because it's the same way back in their homeland. But it's like, here, they have more freedom to choose what they want, and it was a big divide both between cultures and generation. But yeah, I don't blame her for always fantasizing and wanting to do other stuff, because her parents put so much pressure on her. They confine her into this perfect little box, this ideal person that they think she is, and refuse to see her for who she truly is.
And of course, you also hit it with, you know, the sexism.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
My parents weren't as bad as hers, but it's still the same thing. You want to go out to this event, and if it's an event that involves any type of party, or involves guys, or is past a certain time frame, oh, then suddenly it's like, oh, you can't go, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to do drugs, you're going to hook up with guys and get drunk. It's like, I get it, that's a reality, and there are girls that do that. There are predators out there that, you know, that's a legit concern, but it's like, still, like, this is a convention. She's not going to a rave or something. She's not going to some club. She's going where other nerds gather. The most she'll probably get is maybe a creeper who wants to, like, take pictures with her. But it's not, like she said, doing cocaine or anything like that. I get the parents tried to compromise by having the dad go, but, like, I just think he took it to the unnecessary level by wanting to cosplay. Not that I'm saying it's bad for adults to cosplay. Not at all. I'm perfectly fine with anyone of any age cosplaying, but look at it through the lens of a 16-year-old girl trying to go to her first convention, trying to get noticed for her costume, which she put so much effort into, and then have her dad just bust on in his, like, half-assed Hulk costume, who is there basically as her chaperone, not because he actually enjoys it. It's embarrassing. I would be mortified myself, honestly. I love my dad. I wouldn't mind if he cosplayed as the Hulk, but if I were that age, I would definitely be beyond embarrassed.
Yeah, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here in that they were only going to have him there for 2 hours.
Yeah, but it's still 2 hours at a con where there's hundreds of people. Not to mention, you know, people she actually knows showing up. Can you imagine, like, if that one girl recognized her and then saw her dad? That would be all over the school, and she'd be picked on even more than she is now.
Fair point, fair point. I mean, I don't know what the timeline was for the costume contest, but if I had to guess, it would happen after the first 2 hours. So she goes around with her dad doing that. Yeah. And then once her dad leaves, she can go and change into that Marvel costume and do the costume contest.
Right.
So at least some sort of compromise there.
But even then, they're forcing her to dress up as something she doesn't want to be. They're just parading her around because, again, her mom's whole thing about, like, oh, you gonna be a good person like we raised you to, or you gonna be like this person who's a total spaz and da-da-da. It's like, you don't want her to be herself. You want her to be someone that you can brag about, someone who is representative of the family. It's all about looks and stuff, and about being able to brag to your relatives and neighbors saying, oh yeah, my daughter/son is getting married and they have this great career and they make like 10 figures, da-da-da. It's like, that's all I care about, really. It's not about what she wants. It's about how it makes them look. It's ridiculous. And that's why I can't fully enjoy this first episode, just because so much of this is triggering for me personally and is just genuinely uncomfortable and mean-spirited. And that's, like, aside from all the obvious, like, racism in this. The one teacher purposely, like, mispronouncing her name, or that one girl getting all skeeved out over her Arabic necklace. Did we really need that? Like, I know that's a thing still, unfortunately, in this day and age. It shouldn't be, but come on now. Like, this is the Marvel universe, you know, where we have, like, mutants, and we have space aliens, and yet this is what people are choosing to still do, really.
Well, you know that the X-Men were an allegory for prejudice.
Yeah, which a lot of people don't seem to get, somehow.
Yeah, so it's not like this is anything new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on the positives, I think that the actress who plays Camilla is really good.
Yes.
She plays how you would imagine a 16-year-old trying to break free from her strict immigrant family would act. And, you know, she's like a fellow nerd, like us, too. And there's nothing she does that is overly egregious. I mean, yeah, she's a bit of a spaz, but can you really blame her sometimes? Just trying to escape in her own world? She just loses track. And, I mean, she's 16 years old. Let's cut her some slack in that regard.
From the snippets of comics that I've seen her in, it's like, she's very charming, she's very funny, she gets all fangirly when she's around the other heroes. So I'm very excited, to see how she portrays, more of that.
I did read a cute thing, because apparently they were shooting Miss Marvel at the same time they were shooting stuff for Loki and for Spider-Man, and she was mentioning to someone how she really wanted to meet at least one of the Toms, and so, like, Tom Hiddleston came over personally to meet her. Like, that's adorable.
Yes.
And she's like a genuine fan, too. I heard she actually designed her own Miss Marvel costume. But most people didn't even know who she was supposed to be. They thought she was like the Flash or something.
Going back to our earlier thing of real-world applications. You found somebody that actually does this stuff in real life and can emulate the character like that. There! Proof!
Yeah, man. Like I said, you may be dressing up as a superhero for fun one day, and then before you know it, it's your career. Anything can happen.
Yes.
So there's, 6 episodes altogether in this series?
So.
Yeah, I believe 6 seems to be the standard.
Forgot to mention this episode's called Generation Y, W-H-Y.
Appropriate,
Very
we...
angsty title there.
Yeah.
Although, if I may go off on a bit of a rant myself, I've always hated that we've been stuck with the term millennial. Because originally, we were supposed to be Generation Y. That was what they used to call us. And then they stuck us with the millennial crap, and it's like, so negative. I'm like, I reject millennial. I want to be Generation Y.
To be fair, the reason why millennials is so negative is because boomers have made it into a negative term.
Yes.
And the thing is, even now, when most millennials are adults, like seriously, the oldest millennials are like 40, they still equate millennials with kids. Even though they're Generation Z at this point, or what do they call them now?
Zoomers.
Zoomers, yeah. So, again, creates a discrepancy. They're saying that our generation are still children, that they are always going to look at us as children, even though we are all adults in our own right. I don't mind that term as much. I just would rather it be turned into what it is, just the name of a generation, not a slur used to degrade younger generation just because we supposedly have it easier than the older one. It's like there's goods and bads of both, and it's really annoying, like, oh, because you want a livable wage, you're spoiled. It's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
What century are you living in?
Nonetheless, I reject the term millennial. I'm Generation Y. Deal with it.
I guess she would be like a Zoomer, right? Being 16?
Yes, that or a young millennial. No, she'd be a
she's
Zoomer.
too young to be a millennial.
She'd be a Zoomer, yeah.
Yeah, she'd be like Kate Bishop's. Well, she's even younger than Kate Bishop, I think.
I mean, at least this version of her, I think the original version came out, she would probably be a young millennial. Or young Gen Y.
I mean, this was after Endgame, though. So, technically, it's further in the future.
Well, I'm saying the original comic book character,
the comic
I think, is older than that. The age would have made her a young Gen Y.
Well, even though this was a rough beginning, I'm still willing to stick with this and see where it goes. I mean, at least you have the fascination of the bracelet from her grandmother, because obviously there's something there. So I'm wondering if they're insinuating that maybe her grandmother was a superhero.
Could be.
And I'm wondering, because the mother seemed particularly angry about her grandmother's, like, stuff. What is that whole thing she was talking about? Like, you knew about my mother or whatever, and you still chose to do it anyway, or something like that. I forgot the line exactly. I just know that when she was talking about her mother, she seemed particularly angry. So I'm wondering if maybe she has an aversion to superheroes because of her mother.
Could be.
If she even knew her mother was a superhero.
I'm wondering if maybe because she's supposed to be like Ms. Marvel, I'm wondering if there's like a Kree connection. I think it was the Kree.
Kree? Oh, like she's maybe a shapeshifter, you think?
That's what her power is, basically, that she can shapeshift and whatnot, and at least in the comics it is. With this, I think they've altered it a bit, that she has a thing come out of her.
From what I saw in the video games, like, she can, like, stretch her body and enlarge her hands and stuff.
Yeah.
But
she's kind of like, what you call it?
Like Mr. Fantastic?
Mr. Fantastic mixed with the Elastic Woman from Doom Patrol.
Okay.
She can alter the size and, shape of her body, kind of.
Okay.
Like, I've seen that she can get small or huge.
Okay.
So, yeah, like I said, there's that, aspect to her.
I'm wondering, too, if maybe the bracelet came from space like same ways like
That's
Thor.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There could very well be a space connection.
So it could be the same as like Black Panther's power or Thor's hammer or something like that. I mean, either way, it'll be fascinating to explore that aspect. And I assume the next one is probably going to be her montaging her way into being a superhero. You know, just exploring her powers, testing things. And I mean, she has her tech guy there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably find out more about Bruno, too. I'm really interested to know. He lives by himself, a high schooler, and he runs the shop. And I guess rents the apartment, too. Unless he has, like, a distant relative paying for all of it.
Mm.
Like, there's definitely something going on there.
Well, I remember Kamala's mother gave him food not only for him, but for somebody else.
I thought she just gave him all that food, because that's what...
She mentioned, I have a spicy one here for the other person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe he does have, like, a guardian.
Yeah.
But it's obvious he's alone a lot of the time. Yeah, and probably explore that aspect as well. So I guess we'll see her leaping around Jersey City, and that'll be interesting to see how they portray Jersey City. I mean, they're right about the buses.
Good old NJ Transit.
We'll have to see next time when we watch Camilla explore her powers. So until then, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And just remember, if you see something weird that you can't explain and it is over the top, batshit insane, just remember, it's a Jersey thing.
What does that even mean?
It's a Jersey thing.
Yum, my best cabbage.